Hello, friends. It's Barbara Ann from Straight Out of Context. I have been sitting on this one for a couple months now since it was filed. This is an 83-page court filing between Dog the Bounty Hunter and Seth Rogers, who is the father of Sebastian Rogers, the missing teen. Now, I am asking you to please not take this and post it anywhere else. And if you do read it and pause, please do so with care, consideration, respect, and caution, as there may be information pertaining to Sebastian Rogers, who is a minor. Now, I feel comfortable sharing this now with you all since I've had it from the very beginning, because this has already been leaked on Reddit, if you know where to look, and miscellaneous pages have already been published on multiple news websites and mainstream media websites. So with that said, I understand it says copy and prohibited because the digital form is protected by that, same way a paper copy would. However, I just said it has already been leaked on Reddit, if you know where to look, and it has already been published, many different pages, by news outlets all over the interwebs. So I'm giving this to everybody so they can be educated if they're interested in civil and criminal court case filings, especially when it comes to high-profile cases or celebrity cases. That's originally what I started doing with my YouTube channel and going over them. I started even with before the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial began. So that's always going to be an interest to me. It's always going to be something that I'm going to take really great care in showing or giving to anybody else if I get my hands on any of the filing. So with that said, at the very end of this, there is going to be a couple clips of two women who are speaking about this filing, which helps to give you a clearer, more full context of what is happening here. Now, I don't go into the details about the Sebastian Rogers case, and everybody knows what happened with the search and the people that lied and the people that backed out and the people that were using his son's name to get donations, like not just some donations, I mean hundreds of thousands of dollars ultimately altogether in donations, and they never saw a penny of that money. YouTubers specifically defaming and impeding a criminal investigation, which could be obstruction of justice on top of that, which is the most concerning for the family, especially his parents. So I just want to give that to you to read if you're interested, and also just put that as a warning. Please be cautious, respectful, and careful when reading this information, as it may pertain to Sebastian Rogers, who is a minor. And not just any minor, he's a minor that suffers with mental disability, mental illness, so that also has to be taken into consideration. However, I feel it is the public's right, especially influencers and content creators, it is their right to be educated, aware, and to know about these types of cases, because if it can happen to these people, it can happen to anyone. And this also goes as a learning curve for all people, that you need to be more cautious over what you are saying. Too many influencers and content creators get way too comfortable with their platform that they feel entitled to it, and they feel entitled to keep it forever, and even the monetization that goes with it. But it's fleeting like anything else. I have seen this happen over 20 years with the birth of the internet. I have seen so many social media websites come and go and come and go and become really popular worldwide and then fail. So we've seen it with Vine, we've seen it with YouTube in the early days, we've seen it with MySpace, so many others that can be named. So this is just, to me, really interesting, because seeing this dynamic between a real family and a real search effort, and all of these frauds and liars coming in and trying to take it over and use the high profile notoriety to their own benefit and profit. It's just, to me, wow. but I didn't expect anything different from these types of people because that's how they operate, that's how they move through life, and that's how they get people, by using real high-profile cases to benefit themselves. And it's usually donations, and that's no different in this case.
Tiffany, you're not going to believe this. I just got this fucking crazy-ass lawsuit from Seth Rogers.
What?
Uh-huh.
You got a lawsuit?
I don't think I'm named in it, but a woman named Barbecue Lady and Granny's Watching.
Ooh.
Plaintiffs.
I knew Granny was going to be next. Barbecue Lady's the one that.
I got a ton of papers and I ran out of paper. I sent it.
Wait, why would you receive this? Are you sure your name is not in it?
Why would I be in it? I've never harassed anyone.
Why would they send this to you?
No. Someone joined my Patreon and wanted me to look at it. So I was like, oh God, no. Oh, Adrian would have a fucking ball.
That bitch isn't gonna be able to talk. She's gonna have to find something else to fucking talk about every morning. Marissa, she goes live before every day when I would be getting ready for work.
Right.
I would literally not even have opened my eyes yet. She was live already. I mean, it just never stopped. I knew it was coming.
Really?
Yes.
What are they doing? What are they?
Runs her mouth.
What are they saying? I mean, there's a lot of papers. I ran out of.
The lady's the one that took in all that money for those billboards. 25. What was it? $20,000, $20-something thousand. And Seth was like, "We have billboards up for Sebastian. Why are you raising money for my son when you're offering me billboards for free?"
Yeah. But didn't Chris Proudfoot want the money? Didn't Chris Proudfoot say keep?
Yes, he said keep sending it.
But
he said keep pushing for money. Keep pushing money for these billboards. Don't stop.
It says Delaware, PA.
What's Delaware?
Click on it.
That's probably where Granny lives because she lives in Pennsylvania.
She's in a Commonwealth state, so it's going to be hard for them to mess with her, but they can shut her up.
I think they can shut her up, yeah.
Hey, Granny's watching. Aren't you regretful that you didn't join Patreon? No, these people don't have money. So it's basically a scare tactic. Why didn't they just send a cease and desist? Stop talking about my son.
They have sent cease and desist.
Oh,
I don't.
All right. Well, that would. All right. I didn't know that. So I didn't know that, and they still went against it.
Got one, and
who got one?
Oh my God.
Who got one?
Barbecue Lady, Stephanie Lady that's mentioned, but there were only 2 people, I think. This is different. This is not a cease and desist. This is saying that they're
starting the procedure. It means that a procedure has been filed with the court. It means get yourself a lawyer.
This is worse than a cease and desist. You can't rip this up and ignore it.
All right. So my whole thing is cyber harassment.
They mention certain news broadcasts that they've played. If you go to page...
Allegations and threats? All right. Now, this is the thing. If this Granny's Watching or somebody else gets an attorney and says, threats associated, show me where these actual threats are. Well, you said it. You stated it. You stated here. Did anybody ever see threats? Because I get
in the chat.
All right. See, this is all right. That's not that's no one's fault in what's in the chat. If there is a direct threat and you go to your local police department, that is where you start. I have never even been threatened directly, and people hate me a lot more than they hate Seth for no reason. So I'm just gonna say, when have we ever seen anybody? When have we ever seen anybody ask people to stop talking about looking for my child unless it's harsh criticism.